Daemon X Machina's prototype missions, basically just a cooler way of saying beta, is finally over, and I gotta keep it real. I was always going to pick up this game just out of curiosity's sake, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. It's basically just Robot Monster Hunter, which is cool. Just like calling betas prototype missions. I can definitely see me and the crew putting in a lot of hours in this game, just trying to make our machines the best of the best, and fighting giant robots. But I did have a few problems with the game, just like most games. Except Nier! And since they're looking for feedback from players to see what they thought could be improved upon, I might as well do my part to tell them what I think they can do to hopefully make Daemon X Machina a more pleasant experience. After talking to many friends, watching videos, going on social media and gaming message boards, the most common complaint that I heard was that it really lacked the chugga. In any other game, generally when you do something, you'll feel it within the controller via rumble. When Sonic boosts, you'll feel it. When something is happening in a cutscene, you'll feel it. You get my point. Daemon X Machina severely lacks the chugga in the most basic of areas. The second you boost, you should have a chugga. When you land hard on the ground to where the knees buckle on the robot, there should be a chugga. And especially when you are shooting, there should be a chugga, especially on the Nintendo Switch, which has HD rumble, so there really should be no excuse for this. I would use Fast RMX as an example of how it should feel to boost, where you can feel the rumble leave your hands once you take off. Landing and crashing should just be an overall hard rumble across the entire controller, and as for the weapons, I would make it to where one side of the controller tries to imitate what's on screen. So say I'm using Joy-Cons, and on the right side of the Joy-Con, I'm firing a machine gun. There should be a constant chugga on that side that lets me know that I'm shooting my machine gun. And if I have a flamethrower or a rocket launcher or something in my left hand, a soft, gentle rumble for the flamethrower and a harder chugga for the rocket launcher, which would make it so much easier to tell that I'm actually using these weapons. Me and a lot of other people kind of have to stop moving and like adjust the camera just to be able to tell that we're even shooting, because it's hard to tell without any sort of rumble. So that, I think, is something that could be easily fixed. So yeah, chugga. For a game that seems all about customizing your character, where every part is customizable on the mech, it was a shame just how little was given to the actual player character. Pretty much all departments here was lacking. The face types, the eyes, the eyebrows, the hairstyles, you name it. There needs to be a lot more options here. I realize this is probably an early build and probably already been addressed, but you know, just a few suggestions. Maybe some type of headband thing with a green gem on it, skimpier clothes, a green gem necklace, two little scarf, cape, wing things coming out the back. I'm just throwing out ideas right now. And while I'm on the topic of character customization, having the ability to preview modifications before you make the purchase would be greatly appreciated. You have all this empty space on the right side of the screen just being all empty. Use it, you know? These things are expensive to buy and expensive to remove for some reason. A preview system would be greatly appreciated. I apologize in advance. It's kind of raining right now, pretty heavy, and there's not anything I can do about it, so sorry. And why don't you just wait for it to start raining? Why do you always have to have some type of... Shut up. Now for the combat. The sword, it sucks. Just having one giant swipe and then having to deal with that cooldown makes using the sword unfun to use. It's also bad because it's way too easy to completely overshoot your enemies and end up getting punished for it. I found fighting as an outer to be completely useless, honestly. Enemies were way too fast to be able to do anything to them, and with the limited stamina, it just makes reaching them even harder, since they can zip across the screen in a matter of seconds. As it stands in the demo, at least, I found them useless. I would implement a way to repair your mech when it goes down, even if it means that when you bring it back, you lose some reward money and you only gain like 25 to 50% health back. Because like I said before, playing as an outer outside of the mech felt useless. It got to the point where I'd rather just restart the mission than to deal with that. And enemies in a certain stage tend to blend in with the environment. I would do something about that. Perhaps be able to identify who was in an alley and who was an enemy by having the option to highlight enemies in red and teammates in either green or blue. I couldn't tell you how many times I just started firing at a teammate because I mistook them for an enemy. I think this game could definitely use a more in-depth tutorial system. There was a lot of things in this game that really didn't get explained, and you had to figure a lot of things out on your own. And no, this isn't me saying, I'm some type of mega casual who needs everything explained, but even something so simple like boosting from the sky to the ground while maintaining your boost is something I'm sure a lot of people would have liked to have known. Dashing in at an angle allows you to keep the boost going, but if you press the button that makes you descend while boosting, the mech will land, come to a quick halt to get its composure back, and then continue to boost. There's so much here to learn. It's kind of like a fighting game in that sense. I wouldn't make it a requirement to do missions and learn how each and everything about this game works, but I think people would really appreciate the option to know just what all this game has to offer movement wise. Now for some things I would like to see. Photo mode. Photo mode is always a neat little addition to games nowadays. Just messing around in the games and capturing epic moments and sharing them on Twitter is always cool. Just like calling betas prototype missions. Not only that, but I think this game is already going to be hard to sell as it is, just based on the type of game that it is. Photo mode would be awesome to capture special moments, share off your designs, as well as help promote the game. The demo sorta kinda already had it, but it was extremely bare bones. It was just a bunch of random poses, 3 of which were just borderline the same thing. I'd recommend something you'd see in anime a lot, like your character leaning up against the robot, having the main character sit on its arm, stuff like that. Use it for the basic poses. I'd also give the characters little customizable faces during these poses. Little smile, little grin. Really bring out the character. As far as in-game goes, I'd look at something like Mario Odyssey or Spider-Man. People can get really creative with that kind of stuff, and I'd like to see Daemon X Machina incorporated as well. Gyro control is such an obvious need for this game. Whenever the option presents itself, I tend to go with gyro controls on Switch games. There's a lot of people demanding it, doesn't really need to be expanded upon, so yeah, gyro controls. And that's all I really got. Y'all hear this rain right now? Let the rain come, they run and hide their heads. They might as well be dead when the rain comes. I think Daemon X Machina has a lot of potential. If done right, I think it could be a pretty cool robot game where we'll be spending hours upon hours just playing this game amongst ourselves, getting the best machines and fighting giant robots. I heard chicks dig that kind of stuff. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good one.